And welcome back to the Tuned In
Let's
podcast. Trade deadline episode. How are we feeling about the Jazz now?
Oh, man. I think we're feeling pretty good. Man, what a week it's been. What a week for you, too. An engaged man.
Yeah.
Is that public knowledge? I think it is, right?
I think so, yeah. Getting engaged.
Congratulations.
It's an exciting life decision. Excited for this summer with that. And the Jazz, man, I think it's time to stop tanking at this point. I don't know what you think.
I think so. We see some light at the end of the tunnel. It's exciting. As Jazz picked a direction. We love it. Lots of exciting things to talk about today's episode. Of course, we'll go over our past 6 games. We got 3 this week. We'll pick our player of the week. We'll talk about our 4 upcoming games this week. And then we'll talk all things trade deadline, Jazz big trades this week. We'll talk about some other Jazz news, and then we'll talk about our winners and losers of the deadline. And we'll go over some All-Star Weekend stuff. All-Star Weekend coming up here in a couple of weeks. And then, of course, we'll close with local sports.
Make sure to follow the Tuned In Utah Jazz podcast on all the platforms, Spotify, YouTube, wherever you're listening. Make sure to follow us throughout the rest of the season. We'll break down every game of the Utah Jazz until the end. We'll talk trades. We'll talk free agency. We'll talk draft. So make sure to stay tuned with us.
This is episode 95 of Tuned In Jazz.
Well, I want to talk about the trade, but maybe we
I know
speed through a couple games real quick.
It's tempting
I
to
guess.
skip straight there, but we do got some good games to talk about.
Yeah. But with the trade in the back of our minds, we had a solid week of games, I'd say.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, went about how we thought the win of the week. We got our win of the week. I can't remember if either of us predicted. I didn't predict Pacers. I don't think. I think I predicted Hawks was the win. Did you predict Pacers?
I don't think I predicted a win, but
okay.
I mean.
Yeah.
Makes sense that we beat the Pacers because they haven't been great this year, and I was hoping we could win just for tank implications. But
we started out the week with a loss against the Raptors. Raptors are a pretty hot team right now. They got a good roster. 100, 107. Me personally, I just at least if we're gonna lose, I at least love that we're not letting teams score 140 on us like some nights.
Amen. Yeah.
So 107's not bad. Lowry 27 and 11. Thought he had a pretty good game. Anything stick out to you this game?
Yeah, I mean, could have been worse, right? We're on the road. We're not a great road team.
Yeah.
Our boy on the other team, Mamu, he scored 20 off the bench. I think that's one thing I've noticed is he's a shooter, and sometimes when those shooters on the other teams get hot, like a week or two ago with Clay, now with Mamu, those guys off the bench really do well against us.
Yeah, they do.
So
our second unit needs some work.
We definitely need to tighten up on those shooters. But I did love what I saw from Lowry. He's back.
Yep.
Now I don't have to worry about him being away. And 27 points, 11 rebounds. Good game from him. Anything else from you?
I mean, I don't want to sound like a broken record here. I'll probably mention him in another game, but Cody Williams, it's looking like he belongs on the floor a little bit more.
Oh, boy. Here we go.
10 points, nothing crazy, but 4 for 5 shooting. He's not shooting bad. Just gonna keep saying. I think he's looking a little better. We're seeing some light in him. I think he's got some life too. Ace, on the other hand, 1 for 10. Not a great game for Ace.
Yeah, he struggled.
But this is a time for young guys to experiment. So we love to see it for both of them.
And then we go on our next game, win of the week. Ooh, like we said, we beat the Pacers, even though the Pacers are really struggling right now too. Road win, rare road win for the Jazz.
Yeah.
I'm going to point out the obvious, 22 assists from Isaiah Collier, which is a season high in the NBA this year for any player. And he also becomes the youngest player to have that many assists.
That's crazy. Yeah.
Pretty amazing from him. He was dishing out the ball on fast breaks, on pick and rolls, and to the corners, and really doing it all.
Yeah.
Really good from him. 17
points on top. That's pretty good. I loved Flip. Had 16 points, 16 rebounds. He was balling out. Ace, 19 points. Cody, 14 points. They both shot really well. Yeah, just a really good team win. I'm sure Will Hardy loves to see that. That's what he always preaches. So
Yeah, I loved. It looks like only 7 guys played this game, which is pretty odd.
Yeah, a little bit.
Keontae and didn't even dress, I guess, and every player that played scored at least 14 points,
Wow.
which is pretty cool.
Yeah,
See, some guys are probably gassed, but
totally.
they got through it. Isaiah Collier played all 48 minutes this game, which is pretty crazy too.
Love it.
So we're just running the entire game through him. I also loved what I saw from Bryce Sensabaugh, 20 points off the bench. You know what he does.
Totally.
It just seemed like just a very solid team win. Ball was moving around. Guys are playing well.
Totally. Just outshoot your opponent. Don't need to play defense. Just
yeah.
Just run
These
it up
aren't
the
the
floor.
Pacers of last year. I'll tell you that.
It's kind of crazy to think that Tyrese Halliburton means that much to the Pacers. That they go from being a team that probably would have won Game 7 and would have had a championship to probably the worst team in the league, in my opinion, I think.
And I mean, they also lost Miles Turner, which was a big piece, but still, it's pretty crazy that they could go from so high to so low.
Totally. Isaiah followed it up. Another great game, even though we lost. This was a really good game, though. Really late one. Ace hit a shot late in the game. I don't know if you saw that. It was like the go-ahead basket, and then I think Nickeil Alexander put it away. But Isaiah was 25 and 11. Thought he played really well.
A thing I noticed in this game and the previous one, we really struggled from the free throw line. Shot 60% in both games.
Yeah.
Not something that I think is super common for us, but just something to point out.
Totally.
And then Ace Bailey was not shy, taking 26 shots. Yeah. I don't know about the season high, but I feel like 26 shots gotta be pretty high there for him.
Yeah. I mean, I love it. I like seeing him have the keys to shoot, but 9 for 26 is pretty rough. I mean, I'm glad he ended up with 20. But
well, I mean, earlier in the season, we were praying that he would do that.
Yeah,
and so we've gotten to the point where Ace Bailey's feeling comfortable, just taking the reins. Will Hardy's not restricting him in this game at all.
I thought Flip had another sneaky good game, 15 points, 17 rebounds.
Sheesh.
I mean, playing like a big. I mean, we kind of wondered, like, what position is Flip? Like, is he a big? Is he just like a wing that's kind of long? Like, anyways, he's playing like a big right now. Love to see it. So
yeah. Well, pretty solid week all around. I think it's your turn to give us our player of the week.
Yep. John Tonje. I'm just kidding. Sorry, not John Tonje.
Former Jazz John Tonje.
Yeah. Well, I also was going to joke and say I'm going to give it to Danny Ainge, but no, we won't. It's been a good week for him. The Ainge family has done really well for us this week, but player of the week is definitely going to be Isaiah Collier. I think that 22-point assist game alone, let alone what he followed up with the Hawks, I think if Keontae is going to be out for us to tank, I want to see Isaiah Collier shine the rest of the season, so I'd love to see them stepping up and showing why he was our starting point guard most of last year. So
yeah. Honestly, now with Keontae's growth, we kind of forgot about that last year. But yeah, Isaiah Collier, he's our guy, especially with Walter Clayton going out the door. We're going to ask for a little bit more from him moving forward. But
no question now.
Yeah, great week for Isaiah Collier. Glad to see that he had a good week.
Yeah, is that his first one? I can't remember. I think it might be.
It's his first one, yeah.
Let's go.
So still a lot of room to catch up to Keontae.
Yeah.
But now Keontae's still got 6. Lowry, Ace, Walter Clayton, Bryce Sensabaugh, and Isaiah Collier all have 1.
Yep.
So.
Yep. Well, that brings us to our upcoming games. 4 upcoming games, 2 on the road, and then 2 at home. Starting out with the Orlando Magic. What are you feeling like this game?
Orlando's a good team. I think this is a clear loss for me. I don't know if maybe you're not saying so, but I'd say Orlando wins by 7, so Jazz lose by 7.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah, I think they're a great team, and they're hopefully, I feel like a team that may go into the second round of the playoffs this year. I think that might be this might be the year they could finally go a little deeper, but yeah, I'd say the Jazz lose.
I agree with you, the reasoning. I don't know why, just gut feeling, I guess. I feel like it's going to be our win of the week for some reason. They're nursing some injuries, I believe. they're probably ready for the All-Star break. I don't know. I could see the Jazz pulling this one away. I'm going to say Jazz win by 6.
I like it. I feel like the Jazz have been so unpredictable throughout the year as well that you never really know. We almost beat the Thunder. We beat the Pistons and the Rockets.
We'll either beat the Spurs or we'll get killed by the Hornets. That's pretty much our MO this year.
Yeah, although the Hornets are not looking bad right now.
That's true. Then we go on the road to Miami, just up the road from Orlando. Play the Heat. What are you feeling?
I'm feeling a similar result. It's a road game. The Heat are also a pretty solid team right now. I'm going to say Jazz lose by 9.
I agree. I think Jazz lose by 4. Heat didn't make any trades. I think Jazz still have they might have some chemistry issues here early, even though I just said we get a win. But yeah, I think Jazz lose by 4. It could be a good game. I'm stay conservative there. So. And
then we go to the probably worst team in the league. They're on a pretty good losing run right now.
Yeah.
Sacramento Kings, and we're playing at home.
Yeah.
What would you say for this?
Man, I want to call it a win, but I think this is gonna be lost. I'm gonna say lost by 5. I could see this being an overtime game. I'll make that. I'll add some spice in there. I think it could be an overtime loss by 5.
I like it. As much as I want to lose this game for the tank reasons, I think the Jazz are gonna be able to pull it out. But I'm going to only say win by 2. I'm going to say it's a close game.
Okay.
Maybe I could also see it going to overtime. Just
I can respect
two teams that both are not trying to win, and
especially not to each other.
It could go. It's probably going to be pretty close at the end is what I'm going to say.
Yeah, I think so.
And then our last game of this upcoming week, going into Portland to play the Trailblazers. Who do you have for that?
Yeah, I think it's going to be probably our biggest loss of the week, in my opinion. I just think we match up bad with Portland. Denny Advia's balling right now. I mean, he's been balling all season, obviously, but I'm going to say Jazz lose by 8. And could be more. I'm just going to stay kind of in the middle of the road there a little bit more. But.
Yeah, I'm going to say a little more. I'm going to say lose by 11.
Okay, yeah.
I think Portland's looking pretty solid as well. I think they'll probably beat us on Thursday.
Totally. All right, we finally got where we wanted to be.
Can we talk about the trade? Let's do.
Oh, man. Okay, be on. I can't even remember what we talked about last. It feels like forever ago. So much has happened. But did you think that the Jazz were going to be active? Did you think we would see Jazz trades like a week ago?
So a week ago, we were kind of debating whether the Jazz would be a buyer or seller.
Yeah.
And to me, I was sold on the Jazz being a seller at this deadline. I thought Nurkic was out, or Kyle Anderson or whoever, right? Or we're just going to be facilitating contracts, which also did happen.
Yeah.
But no, I had no idea we were going to be a buyer. And when I saw that Shams tweet, I was like, dang.
That's crazy.
We're done tanking, I guess.
Yeah. It honestly kind of feels like we had the biggest trade of the deadline. I mean, maybe we're a little biased because that's kind of where we're focused, but it feels like there's been a lot of talk about this trade.
Yeah.
I thought we would be facilitators. Like, I thought we were kind of like last year with the Luka trade where we just throw in a pick or get a pick. Anyways, so I was very shocked to see this.
I think when I was watching some analysts or people talk about the trade, I even saw a couple live reactions. People are just like, no one expected the Jazz to be in on this, right? I'm sure teams knew that Ja Morant was going to get traded and they were sending offers for him, but maybe the Jazz were just like, well, if you're going to trade Ja, maybe we could talk about Jaren. And I think that's probably where conversations went. And I guess for maybe some Jazz fans that don't really know Jaren Jackson as well, what would you kind of explain his game to them?
Oh, man. I would argue Jaren Jackson's probably the best, other than Giannis, the best power forward in the league. I mean, great scorer, great defender. He lifts every team defensively that he plays on. Not a great rebounder, but, I mean,
definitely more of like an old 2000s power forward than like KD, LeBron. They're more like definitely a 4 guy.
Probably a center in today's game, but he's not a great rebounder, so you can't really play him at center.
Yeah.
But I think he's going to complement Walker Kessler really well.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Me and you were texting a little. I'm not a huge fan of how big our lineup is, but I think it'll be
Can't
interesting.
argue with talent.
Yeah.
As well.
It'll be interesting. But yeah, I think just a great pickup. Yeah.
Another thing I love about Jaren Jackson, he's a defensive player of the year.
Yeah.
Right. He won it maybe
Recently,
2 or
too.
3 years ago,
Yeah,
right?
the last couple of
And we're an awful defense. And
Horrible.
I think when we bring in Jaren Jackson Jr., get Walker Kessler back, we could go from a worse defense to top 10 defense in one season just because of those two guys alone.
Yeah. I personally don't think Lowry or Keontae are great defenders. But I do think Ace can still become a great defender. And if you have those 3 defensive anchors on the floor, if you can get Ace up to that level, he could play.
I also think Isaiah Collier has potential too.
Oh, totally. He's quick and
yeah,
totally. What do you think of the other pieces that we got from the Grizzlies in that trade? Any thoughts on any of those guys?
Well, it looks like Jock Landale. We just flipped him to Atlanta for cash, and then he dropped 26 on us. Did you see that?
I did see that. Yeah.
So we didn't talk about that earlier, but we've flipped him to Atlanta. He dropped 26 on us, but it's whatever. We didn't want to pay his contract anyway.
Yeah.
But Vince Williams, I was looking at his stats. I haven't really watched him a lot. I don't know about you, but he seems like just another guard in the bench, I guess. Definitely not as good as Isaiah. Maybe not as much potential as Isaiah, but he could give us like 10 points, 5 assists every once in a while off the bench is kind of what I'm thinking.
Yeah. I listened to a couple interviews about him. I guess when he came in the league, it was like he was just a 3-and-D guy, really scrappy. I guess his shooting kind of dropped off when he got in the league. But that is kind of an interesting, that's a piece I'm kind of excited about too. If he can be a scrappy defender, we need more of that.
Yeah.
You can't really teach
Elijah
that.
Harkless came in a while ago and did that.
Totally. And you can't really teach defense that well. It's just about effort. And so if he's willing to come in and put in effort, I think he could find himself in the rotation.
Maybe like a Chris Dunn type player from a year or two ago.
I could see it. Yeah. I don't know much about John Conchar, but I'm glad he's here.
Yeah, I think he only averages like 2 points a game.
Yeah.
So
Not
he's a bench guy. I don't know how much playing time he'll see, but he's a piece.
I think an interesting piece is I don't think the Jazz gave up very much player-wise. I mean, we were already talking about kind of being done with Hendricks, the 2 vets.
I wasn't done with Hendricks.
Oh, really? Okay, I was kind of done with them.
But I am. If we're getting Jaren back, then I'm fine with it.
Yeah.
But I was thinking Hendricks could still make a jump to be a little bit better of a defender, and I
still think
I saw some potential this year, but it just didn't really seem like he got in the rotation that often.
No.
And for some reason, I don't know if I agree, but Cody Williams kind of started playing more than him.
Yeah.
Maybe it's because he was in trade talks, but who knows?
Yeah. Yeah, I kind of agree. I think he could still make a jump. I don't think Will Hardy was very much prioritizing his development.
No, it seemed like he was kind of left on the burner.
Yeah. And I think kind of makes me sad. I liked Walter Clayton, but it was getting a little crowded with Isaiah and Keontae to find a spot. I think the most interesting thing to me, though, we've talked about how valuable that 2031 Suns pick could be.
Yeah.
But, I mean, as a Jazz fan, how many of us really wanted to still be rebuilding in 2031? I don't think I do. I kind of want to be done. I kind of want to be a competitive team in 2031, so I don't mind sacrificing that potentially good pick. That was really the only good pick we traded.
Yeah, we also did trade the best of ours, Cavs or Wolves next year.
Which probably would have just ended up as our pick.
Yeah, which would have probably been our pick. And if we're like trying to compete next year, that might not be even a lottery pick, Yeah.
And then the Lakers pick, I don't think the Lakers are going to be lottery bad anytime soon. I don't think they're a championship team, but...
No, they'll be in the playoffs at least with Luka.
Yeah, so we'll send 3 picks. I think that was... would you say one team won that trade? Like, did we win that trade? The Grizzlies win that trade, or was it pretty...
It's hard to say because I feel like both teams are winners in this.
I think I could agree.
I don't know if you'd agree, but I like that the Jazz and the Tank, we could still get a solid pick this year. I've heard rumblings that next year's draft is not as top heavy as this year anyways.
Yeah.
So I feel like that's something that makes me a little bit more excited about next year not tanking.
Yeah.
I also think the Jazz got a lot of talent in Jaren, and I think even though our starting lineup might be a little big, I think it's still going to improve our team as a whole tremendously.
Totally.
And then on the Grizzlies side of things, they they were just in shambles, honestly, after John Morant's whole thing, and they really just needed to rebuild, and they have the most picks in the league, tied with the Thunder, I'm pretty sure now.
Yeah.
Or they're way up there, so they're really set for their rebuild now. They have some great assets, so I think if I'm a Grizzlies fan, I'm like, all right, we've got some bright future now with all these picks.
Good. Yeah. I don't know if I like that John Morant's now like the vet in that locker room. I don't know if that's like how I want.
Yeah, and they've got Cedric Coward. We've seen how good he is, right?
Yeah, I think they probably should have found a place for Ja. I'm sure there wasn't a market, but anyways, I think you're right. I think both teams came away with what they were wanting in that deal. So,
and I think Jaren, hopefully, I don't know. What would you say? Do you think he'll play next game, or he's flown into Salt Lake? At least I saw that video.
Yeah, I did see that. I don't know. That's what makes me wonder, because, I mean, we're still fighting to keep our pick. Do the Jazz just kind of like rest him? You know, I'm sure we'll see him in a game, but like, obviously we don't want to risk losing that pick, or do we? I don't know. It's kind of interesting to think about.
Yeah, maybe they play him for like a week or two and then shut him down.
Yeah,
kind of
we'll just take turns playing Lowry, Keontae, or Jackson Jr. that don't get to play together.
They all got illness every week for 2 of the 3 games.
Yeah, that'll be interesting. Jazz made a couple other trades. Got Lonzo Ball. You're gonna get some big baller brand.
Well, not anymore because he's waived.
Yeah, that's true.
But we also got 2 second-round picks for picking up his contract.
That's true. I would guess that's probably the end of Lonzo Ball's NBA career, would be my guess. To be honest, I'd be surprised if anybody picks him up. But
I could see the Lakers picking him up again, just because
that'd be interesting.
They always pick up that kind of player.
LeBron was good friends with Lonzo too.
I could see it personally, just because they need role players, and maybe he could fill a role if guys get injured.
Then we pick up a couple or another second rounder and some cash with not Bobby Boucher. Yeah, what's his name?
Chris Boucher.
Chris Boucher. Who's
Bobby Boucher?
Who's Bobby?
He's the
Boucher?
water boy.
Oh yeah. I was like, wait, what? Not Bobby Boucher.
Yeah.
Sorry. That'd be cool if we got him though. We could use him. Chris Boucher got waived as well. Yeah, that's okay.
Yeah,
lost
nothing
John
crazy,
Tonje.
But we lost John Tonje, unfortunately.
Yeah. For the terror he put us BYU fans through last tournament, I think he deserves to get out of here. So, yeah.
I'm happy about all these second-round picks, though. I think there's nothing wrong. We got a second-round pick that got us Kyle Filipowski, so you never know what you could get.
Yeah, this Jaren Jackson trade, I think, shows us, too, why you stockpile picks. I mean, you can throw them and sweeten up any deal with a bunch of picks.
And teams want them.
They do, even second rounders for some reason. So
let's maybe give just overall, how would you grade the Jazz in
their deadline?
In this deadline with these trades?
I think I still would have liked to have seen us dump some vet contracts like the Nurkic's, but I would still give us a B+. I think really good deadline. I don't know. I like that we're now picked a direction. Like we talked about how we're just kind of fence sitting. I don't feel like we're fence sitting anymore. We have a direction. We're ready to go. So I like it. What would you give it?
I'm going to give him an A. Not an A+, right? Because I think we could have maybe held on to that Suns pick.
Yeah.
But for what we gave up, I'm thrilled with Jaren Jackson. I'm happy with the second-round picks that we got for having cap space.
Totally.
And I think as long as we can get Kessler back next year, I'm very pleased.
Totally. I think that's going to be the big question that we haven't talked about is like we're still Jaren Jackson Jr. I think makes $50 million. Lowry's a max guy. We're going to have to
pay Keontae, pay Walker.
We're going to have to pay Keontae and match whatever Walker gets out on the, which I think is going to be a lot probably. So this is going to get a little weird probably, but anyways, that is the one question I have, I think. But
yeah, definitely. And just the Tankathon update, we're looking at 6th best odds right now.
Pretty good.
Pretty solid. I could see Washington now that they have AD. AD is going to be injured, so maybe not. But we're only 2 games back of them, or 1 game back of them, 1 game back at Brooklyn. So we're right there in the mix, you know.
Yeah.
if we can go on a losing spree a little bit, we could probably get to 4.
Totally.
And then just talking around the league, maybe one last thing is you bring up Walker Kessler. We heard rumors that Walker Kessler was in trade rumors with the Indiana Pacers. And as we know, they traded a couple first-round picks, Benedict Mathurin for Zubac, the Clippers. So I think that same package would have been there for Walker Kessler. That being said,
do you think you would have taken that package?
Yeah, do you think the Jet... You want to... I'm asking you.
Okay, yes.
What do you say? Would you... from what it says, it's this year's Indiana pick, which is going to be high, right? It's top 5 pick. And then 2029 Indiana pick and a second-round pick and Benedict Mathurin for Walker Kessler.
I like Benedict Mathurin a lot. I'm a big Benedict Mathurin fan. I probably, given the Jaren Jackson trade, I probably would have done the trade, to be honest.
Really?
I do think, I don't know. I'm a little skeptical about how that starting lineup's going to fit together still. I hope they prove me wrong, but I don't know. I think you could put Jaren Jackson at the 5 and have Benedict Mathurin, and then you get another lottery pick this year in a really deep class, it looks like. I don't know. Yeah. I think I would have done it.
I think to me, it depends on the 2026 first-round pick, if it's protected or not.
That's true.
If it's unprotected, I love Walker Kessler, but if it can give us a chance of getting Cam Boozer or
totally
AJ DeBonsa, I'm going to take
Peterson, yeah, totally.
But, oh, man, if it's a protected pick, I'm declining it for sure. And if it's unprotected, it's going to be a long thought for me. I don't know. I don't know. I'm a little tied to Walker Kessler as a player. I love him.
Totally.
But I don't know. I guess we may have accepted that, but we'll see what the Pacers pick ends up being.
Yeah. Totally.
But maybe we'll go through just a couple trades around the NBA.
Yeah.
I'm going to give you a couple trades. Maybe we'll go back and forth a little. I'll have you say if you think one team's a winner or loser.
Okay.
Or, yeah, who of each trade is the winner. So I don't know how many of these we'll do because some of them are pretty small trades. But maybe we'll start. Cavaliers get Keon Ellis and Dennis Schroeder. And they traded in a 3-team trade. So Cleveland gave up DeAndre Hunter to Sacramento, got Keon Ellis and Dennis Schroeder. And then Chicago got Dario Saric. Who's your winner?
I don't know if there's any winner in that trade, but I'd say the definite loser is Dennis Schroeder. that poor guy's played in. I wonder what number team this is for him. That's like, anyways,
like 4 at least, maybe.
At 4 in probably the last season. I mean, yeah, I don't know. Poor Dennis Schroeder. I don't know if there's even a winner in that trade. It's kind of even to me.
Maybe a winner on another trade. I don't know if you heard this, but Mike Conley got traded.
Did see that?
But this is funny. He got traded from the Timberwolves to the Bulls and then immediately flipped to the Hornets and then released. And then he's signing back with the Timberwolves.
I saw that, yeah.
Did you? Yeah, you saw that? Has that even happened before?
I'm kind of surprised the NBA allows that because that feels like kind of a dirty. I'm sure they didn't do it on purpose, but that feels like kind of a weird deal. But I mean, I'm happy for him. Mike Conley he's had such a good career. He deserves to play wherever he wants to play at this point. So
yeah, and I feel like Mike Conley still will get his old contract paid because he got bought out, and then he'll just get a couple extra million for the rest of the year. Yeah,
you could sign a veteran minimum.
So I guess he'll get paid a little more because of that.
Yeah, that's pretty awesome. Yeah. I would say, who in general do you think is winners of this deadline? Just thinking of all the deals that went through. Any teams that you think stuck out to you?
It's a great question. I mean, I think the Cavs could be a winner.
Interesting.
Because I feel like James Harden raises their floor a little bit.
Yeah.
On their playoff odds in the West.
Interestingly enough, I had Cavs as my biggest loser of the deadline. I don't like. I just think
you're not a Harden guy, or
I like Harden, but I just think you have a little too much. I think the problem was already that Garland and Donovan Mitchell couldn't share the ball. They were both kind of ball dominant guards. And then you just 10x the ball dominance with James Harden. I just don't think James Harden and Donovan Mitchell are going to play very well together, to be honest. You're probably right that right now they're probably a little better than they were a couple weeks ago, but I don't know. Not a huge fan of it, but
I also think maybe the Hornets could be a winner because they traded Colin Sexton for Kobe White.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Not to say that I don't love Kobe, or I love Colin Sexton, right? But I think just they're on a 8-game win streak right now. They look good, and now they're bringing in Kobe White, who's a really good player. Honestly, I don't know why the Bulls traded him because I don't know. He was one of their better players and on a pretty cheap deal.
Yeah.
So Kobe White's definitely a guy I think could be a winner on the Hornets.
I think one of my winners, I really like what the Clippers did on the opposite end of the Cavs did. They brought in Darius Garland, Benedict Mathurin, guys you can build with. It's kind of a big loss with Zubac, but Clippers probably need to start building for the future a little bit. Kawhi's not going to play there forever. I just really like that they got some things to build with now. I like those guys.
And those picks from Indiana are going to be very valuable.
Huge, yeah. I think Celtics also filled a big need with Vucevic.
Yeah, I forgot about that trade.
I think the Celtics are going to be kind of scary because Jason Tatum looks like he's going to be back before the playoffs. I think they're still top of the East without Jason Tatum, or they're in playoffs at least. Yeah, a guy like Vucevic kind of fills a need with center. I think they had Luka Garza playing center. So
yeah, we were talking about Nurkic maybe going to the Celtics last week, but I guess Vucevic is their guy.
They got another Slavic big, I guess. But
yeah. Here's a pretty even trade. See if you can pick a winner from this one. Is the Warriors add Porzingis for Kuminga and Buddy Hield.
Yeah, I did see that trade. I don't think that's a horrible trade. I think for them, it's the biggest W is just getting off of Kuminga. Same with him.
Kuminga's the biggest winner at that.
Yeah. And he was just cancer to their locker room. I'm kind of shocked they didn't get that Giannis deal done over there in Golden State. But Porzingis is a good ad, I think. It'd be interesting to see him and Draymond play together.
I'm surprised Atlanta moved on from Porzingis after getting him in one season. Yeah. So pretty quick flip. I wonder with Atlanta's future how Jonathan Kuminga will fit into that, or if I think he's only on a 1-year deal. So as far as we know, he could be gone.
He could be a Jazz man next year. Just kidding.
Maybe.
Hopefully not. Another interesting trade. I really thought Jared McCain to the Thunder. I don't know why we keep letting the Thunder get away with this.
They need shooting, and they got it.
Yeah. A guy who was probably going to win Rookie of the Year last year had he not been, what did he tear his ACL or something?
Yeah.
Man, I can't even believe they got.
He's going to fit the culture of the Thunder well, too.
Totally.
I could see that.
Yeah.
Do you think he'd be a starter for them or come off the bench?
They're going to have some cap issues pretty soon. Guys like Lou Dort could fall. After this season, at least.
They also got Caruso. Don't forget about him.
Yeah. Some of those guys could catch the wrong end of that salary cap issues. And I could see Jared McCain being a starter for them in the future. I don't know about this year, but I could see it.
Yeah, the Thunder love to do that where they'll kind of keep some guys on bigger deals and then the rest of their team's all rookie scale deals. So maybe that's just their way of saying, maybe we can move on from one of our guards because we got McCain on a rookie deal.
Yeah.
All right. One last big trade. I know we need to at least talk about this before the pod's over, but Anthony Davis to the Wizards.
I think they're one of my biggest losers, too.
Oh, really?
Did you like it?
No, I wouldn't say so. But I also think the Wizards didn't really give up that much.
Yeah.
I think they gave up 2 first-round picks that are meh. They gave up the Thunder's pick this year, which is basically a second-round pick.
Yeah.
And then the only real asset is this 2030 Golden State pick, which could be good because Curry will be gone by then, kind of similar to the Jazz giving up.
Yeah.
Honestly, you could say this Anthony Davis trade and the Jaren trade are pretty similar, except that we got a player that
is a future.
Is a little younger, less injured, and they're getting Anthony Davis kind of towards the end of his career. Injured. So
I could see them having like a fun little stretch next year with Trey and Anthony Davis. Might be kind of fun to watch together. But yeah, I feel like the Wizards did what I was really nervous the Jazz were going to do, which is just like trying to rush things. I feel like getting Anthony Davis felt a little bit like you're trying to rush into like being competitive. And I don't think that's quite going to do it for you. It didn't do it for the Mavericks. They couldn't stay competitive with Anthony Davis, so I don't know. I'm not a huge fan of the trade. I'm glad for the Mavs they got off of him, but
I also think it's interesting D'Angelo Russell and Dante Exum and Jalen Hardy are in Washington, so they just got some other players that are decent.
Yeah.
I think it's funny. Still think of Dante Exum as a Jazz man.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Maybe wish we didn't draft him at the now looking back, but still love to see that he's doing well in the NBA.
He had so much hype coming into the league. Yeah,
at least he's kind of become like a 3-and-D guy now.
Totally. No Giannis trade though. Yeah. What are your thoughts on? Do you think the Bucks should have done it or?
Yeah,
sounds like there was some deals on that. It sounds like Minnesota was pushing pretty hard for him. That's what I was hearing.
What I was thinking last week when we were recording is that there wouldn't be a trade done, and here we are.
Yeah.
So I'm not to say that I was right, but I think at the end of the season you'll see teams get bumped out of the playoffs. They'll get a little bit more desperate for a Giannis trade, and so maybe the Timberwolves have a good package right now, but in the off season, think some things will get moved around. They might have a bigger package, or other teams that want to really make that playoff push the next year, they might. So I think for the Bucks, they should consider themselves a winners, holding on to him. But Giannis probably is a loser from this deadline because I think he'd want to compete, and Bucks are definitely not doing that.
Yeah, I think last week I was kind of on team, don't wait till the offseason, but I think Bucks might have be the loser, in my opinion. I don't know. I'm not a fan of it. I think I was thinking about it, and I think you put yourself at a disadvantage if you're the Bucks by waiting, because as of next summer, Giannis will be on an expiring contract, have 1 year left, which means he'll have a say where he gets traded, because a team that sends the farm is going to want to know that he's going to re-sign.
Yeah.
So that means Giannis is going to have pretty much the say. Like Bucks don't have any leverage in that situation pretty much. Anyway, so I think if you're the Bucks, I bet that Minnesota offered something pretty good. They were trying really hard. I heard that the Mike Conley trade was an attempt to clear up some space. I think it would have been cool to see Anthony Edwards and Giannis play together too. But
I think it would have actually been a good fit too.
I think so too.
And I mean, Minnesota and Milwaukee are not that far apart on the map too. You wouldn't have to go that far.
It makes me wonder how much Giannis actually cares about market size, because I don't know. People say he wants to play in a bigger market, but he doesn't seem like that type of guy to me. So, anyways, it makes me wonder if he would want to play in Minnesota, because it's not really a huge market.
Yeah,
not bigger than Milwaukee.
I feel like New York's his market, man.
You think so?
Maybe that's just because the Mets, what the media keep telling us is.
Makes me wonder why they didn't push harder for him. They could have sent Cat and.
Yeah, I'm sure they offered Cat, but maybe we don't know. If I were them, I would have. But
yeah, Bucks need picks though. Honestly, that's what they need.
It's true.
So. Anyways, that was kind of the big domino we were all waiting for to fall. It never fell, so kind of interesting. I'm sure Shams was on pins and needles waiting for that one.
Yes, and I guess overall a great trade deadline, I'd say. I think trade deadline. Last year wasn't really as big.
There was just one big one.
Yeah, just maybe one.
Probably the biggest one ever.
One or two big ones, right? This one was probably more quantity.
Yeah.
I forget about that Luka trade.
So wild.
Feels like it's been a while, but yeah, pretty crazy trade deadline. Love to see it.
The craziest thing is when you start looking at, I've been seeing all these comparisons of what the Jazz got out of the Rudy Gobert trade. Keontae, Walker Kessler, now at least part of it helped us get Jaren Jackson compared to what they got for Luka, which is like Chris Middleton. A bunch of pretty bad picks. So anyways, kind of interesting.
Yeah.
Thank goodness we have
Nico's
a good GM.
Fired, and they're just like, why did we have to do that?
All praise to the Angels for not selling
Yep. Thank you to good front office. Well, we got some all-star rosters revealed. I think it's been a little while now. We just haven't talked about it.
Yeah.
No Keontae or Lowry, but I think that was expected.
Yeah.
I think if I look back at my predictions, I'm pretty sure there was only 2 players that I didn't predict.
Yeah, I think we were pretty close.
Yeah, I think we were both pretty close. The only ones that I was surprised to see make it.
I don't remember. I don't think I predicted Norman Powell. You might have. I can't remember.
I did predict Norman Powell. I'm surprised. I was surprised at Chet Holmgren over Sengun. That was one of them.
That was a little surprising. Yeah.
Because, I don't know, Sengun just seems to be having a better year, but I guess Chet Holmgren's on the better team.
Yeah, Jalen Duren's a little surprising. Not really.
He's having a good year, though.
It shouldn't have been surprising, but it was to me a little bit.
Oh, and then I think the other one was Pascal Siakam, and I thought it'd be like Desmond Bane, I think. But Siakam definitely deserves it. He's doing well.
Yeah, that international team is going to be pretty elite. I don't think... I know we talked about whether LeBron would make it. That was probably a little surprising for some people. I feel like you have to. I mean, he probably doesn't deserve it.
Same with Steph.
Yeah. KD probably doesn't deserve it either, but, you know.
Yeah, I think he deserves it. I'd say he's still
for
having
who
a good
he
year.
is.
And the Rockets are good, you know.
That's true, yeah.
Kawhi Leonard didn't make it initially, but because of the USA World thing, he made it. So pretty interesting there. He's having a really good year, but kind of under the radar.
Yeah, that blue All-Star, they got all the OGs, Steph, KD, Bron, Kawhi. Yeah, they got Team USA there, so it's going to be awesome.
Yeah, and I think the USA, they're going to have like a Stars team and a Stripes team. LeBron and Steph and KD are all on the Stripes team.
Yep.
And then the World team, of course. So do you think, I mean, we've probably talked about it when this came out, but do you think it'll help make things a little more competitive?
I don't think so, but I could see the international team taking it more serious than the 2 USA teams.
Yeah.
Well, they're already.
I know
better
Wemby's
teams.
saying he's going to do it, but maybe he'll be the only one.
Yeah, I think Giannis probably won't play, but Luka, I could see him playing next to Jokic. Those guys are good friends, so it'd be kind of fun.
Jamal Murray finally made his first.
Yeah.
I was excited to see that. I think
he deserves it.
Honestly, if he had 3 All-Stars at this point, I wouldn't have been surprised. He's that kind of player. He's been good.
It's kind of surprising when you think this is his first. You're like, dang, he's been so good for a while. Especially they won a championship.
And you think, LaMelo Ball's got one. Darius Garland's got one.
Norman
but somehow Jamal Murray still. It's just because he's in the West, really.
Yeah, that's true. That is true. We also have our NBA Slam Dunk. We have a couple of guys. I think there's one more spot. Doesn't look like. I don't think I'll be watching this year based off what I'm seeing already.
This is so bad.
Like, really bad. Like, I don't see any of these guys as dunkers. I think the only confirmed ones we have Jalen Duren, Jackson Hayes, Carter Bryant. Holy crap. Maybe Jalen Duren. I don't even know. That's so wild.
Yeah, I feel like this is the end of the... I feel like at least we had Mac McClung the last couple of years.
Might have to throw him in there.
He saved the dunk contest. I think he declined this time. They were going to invite him again for a 4th year?
I think he's won 3, yeah.
Yeah, but literally, if Mac McClung's not in it, this really... We've said it the last 3 years that it was the end of the dunk contest, but without him, I think we're toast.
I saw there's a video where they asked VJ Edgecombe if he'd ever consider it, and he said he would never do it.
What?
For some reason, players just don't... I don't really understand it, why you wouldn't want... it would be kind of fun. I don't know. Not every player has to do it, but it's weird to me.
Yeah, it's a lot of pressure, but you want to build your fan base and your brand. That's going to make you money, you know? If people know who you are and that kind of thing, I think it'd definitely be something you want to do, especially if you're a good dunker.
Totally.
But yeah, it's just sad. I don't even know if I'm going to watch it this year. I
don't think I will.
Yeah, I've watched it even through the McClung years, but this year it's just bad.
Yeah.
And then I guess we don't know who's going to be in the 3-point contest, but I did see I think it's confirmed that Konkanipo will be in it, which
I bet he wins
cool.
it. That'd be my prediction.
You think
early
so?
prediction. If Steph's not in there, I think Konkanipo wins it probably.
Yeah, he's in there, so I'd be rooting for him. He's a Wisconsin guy.
Yeah, he's awesome.
But he's the only name that we know for sure is going to be in that.
Low key, Yegor Demon's been has been on fire from 3 this year. It'd be kind of fun. I don't think it's going to happen, but he'll be there, so maybe
he's
he'll
in the
jump
Rising
into
Stars.
it. Yeah, that'd be kind of fun to see. Who knows?
And then I don't even know if you care about this, but the NBA Celebrity Games got kind of some fun things.
Yeah, got some interesting names in there. We do have a Utah representative. I don't know if you saw that, Taylor Frankie Paul, one of the secret wives of Mormon wives ladies.
Oh shoot, is she the Bachelorette or is she?
Yeah, she's that one. Yeah.
Oh, so that's interesting.
I don't know if that's a representative we want, but Shams is in there. Kind of cool.
It's funny, Giannis and Shams are on the same team.
Yeah.
I heard people joke about that, but I guess it just didn't work out.
Yeah. Jeremy Lin. It seems like a lot of former players, which is kind of interesting. Taco Fall, our boy.
I don't know who's guarding Taco Fall. And Jeremy Lin, that pick and roll is going to be good.
Yeah, who's there? Adrian Nunez, a former college basketball player. I'm trying to think. Oh, they got White Chocolate on their team.
Matt Ishbia's the Suns owner. Somehow
he made it on there. Yeah.
Maybe Ryan Smith will get in there next year.
Yeah, Mustard. I don't know. I guess there's a condiment playing for one of the teams. Keenan Allen. He's probably got some hops. Maybe he can block Taco Fall.
He's a good receiver.
Yeah, I guess Puka's running the Celebrity Games over, I suppose.
Yeah.
I'd want to be coached by the Antetokounmpos, bro. That's pretty awesome.
Yeah. But it'll be interesting to see. I'm sure there will be at least a couple good highlights, and that'll be about it. But maybe get into some local sports, finish off the episode. Our Mammoth are still doing good.
Yeah.
I don't know exactly where they land in the standings right now, but they're still there in that wild card.
Yeah. Yeah, they are. They had a really good win. We're at the Olympic break now. Currently, as it stands, we're in the wild card 1 spot. So
let's go.
Looking at the bracket, if it ended today, obviously it doesn't. We would play the Vegas Golden Knights in the playoffs. It'd be kind of cool.
Hey, I remember we went to the Vegas game last year.
Yeah, that was hype. That would be
team.
Perfect too, because you could have like fan bases traveling. We're close enough that you could make a quick trip to Vegas if you wanted to, kind of thing. Man, I'm so glad we have hockey here, though.
Yeah, it's nice. We got a 4-point lead on the outside the wild card team.
Yep.
Of the Kings. Still not enough points. I feel like we need to get a little bit bigger of a gap because what is it? A win is 2 points, so we could drop a few games and be out of the wild card
Playoff losses, 1, I think, and then
So we got to keep holding on to our points, keep winning games.
Yeah.
That's what'll keep us in there.
Totally.
And then I guess Clayton Keller, he's in the Olympics for the USA team, and
JJ Paterka's in there.
For what team would he?
Germany, I think.
Yeah.
A couple other guys. I want to say Veggie was playing for his like Czech Republic or something. I'm trying to remember. Anyways, I'm pretty sure he's playing for his national team.
Czech.
Okay.
Yeah, that's where Veg Milk is playing.
Olympics, though, started today, so we'll see. Are you a big Winter Olympics guy? What are like some of the... is it mostly just hockey for you, or what do you...
I want to be. I think the last Winter Olympics, I was gone on my mission.
Oh, okay.
And so it's been like too long since like I've really watched one.
That's fair.
But I guess growing up, I used to watch the like downhill skiing and the bobsledding and all that kind of stuff, and it's pretty fun to watch.
There's not basketball in winter, right?
No, there's not.
Oh, okay. Oh, it's the FIBA that's this summer, right? I think there's always like FIBA.
Yeah,
I guess it's not part of the Olympics.
I was also like just browsing because I have the access to Olympic games, but I was watching some curling the other day, just seeing how things were going. The USA team was getting things done as well.
Let's go.
It looks like they're doing pretty good.
I always think alpine skiing is pretty cool. I could never do that.
Is that like long distance or what is that?
That's when you're like going downhill and you're weaving between the flags, like they're going back and forth.
Yeah, that's a good one.
That's a cool one. Speed skating is super cool. I love that. Short track. Bobsledding.
Yep.
Yeah, it always makes me wonder how people get into those sports. Those seem pretty niche. Like you wouldn't just like pick that up in high school at the recess or something, like, I don't know. It's kind of funny.
Yeah, and I think hockey, of course, is going to be pretty fun to watch, see how far the USA team can get.
Totally.
And yeah, I don't know. Not really much else to say than that. It's not as exciting as the Summer Olympics, but it's still pretty cool.
Yeah. Talking about not exciting, BYU basketball.
Man,
word.
Can we get a good win?
Yeah.
Hello?
I saw something that said before the Oklahoma State game, we were 13-0 in quad 2, 3, and 4 wins. We haven't won a quad 1 game, which is like, advanced college basketball stats. But we need some wins here. We got to beat Houston. I think we'll play Houston tomorrow.
Yeah, in the Marriott Center. So
you're going to be there, right?
Out. Yeah, I'll be
there. Let's go. Yeah, I don't know. What do you think the problem is with the Cougs?
I think AJ and Rob had a couple bad games, and then I think it just seems like we're not playing as a team. It feels like we're very much isolation ball. Give AJ the ball and let him do his thing, and if it doesn't work, then we lose. I feel like it's just, man, these teams get hot and they just blow us out the water, and I really want to see a game where we just come out swinging, because it seems like every game we start off 1 for 5 from 3. Yeah. And it's always digging ourselves back out of a hole. When some games we've been able to do that, like Clemson and Dayton. We dug ourselves out of the hole, and then that Arizona game, we almost did, but you can't have a miracle comeback in the second half every game. So I think I just want to see a game where we don't come out 1 for 5 from 3, and we just kind of put it on the other team.
Totally. Yeah, I agree. I think it's kind of exciting seeing Rob, Richie, and AJ combine for 60 points or whatever, but it's kind of concerning when you look and see that the rest of the roster is combined for 10, 15 points. And you're like we really got to get somebody else going, because these big good teams know how to shut down those guys, or at least make it hard. So,
and I think people are saying we're the best second half team in the league. So if we're just average first half team, there we go.
Totally. If you can go into halftime even just down 5 instead of being down 20, we're gonna be all right. Kevin Young's shown that he's good at making adjustments. Anyways, I think we're going to be okay. I don't think we need to panic, but 4 of the last 5 is a loss, which is not great. And,
I guess maybe we bring this up just briefly, but this is the 4th time in the past year or so that the BYU teams have been given a derogatory chant about the Mormons. Not going into too much detail, what do you think about that in the context of college basketball, college football?
Yeah, I just think it's kind of lame. I mean, I don't know. It kind of surprises me that schools haven't learned, because I think the last 2 or 3 have gotten pretty hefty fines from the Big 12. So
what kind of fines? I don't really know.
I'm pretty sure it was who did it last year in football? There was one this last year.
Colorado did.
They had like $100,000 fine for it from the Big 12. There was one last season too that had it too. Kind of surprised teams haven't learned. I guess it's the fans, but you'd think that they would be informed enough to see this is going to be expensive for us.
Yeah, and I want to see if it keeps happening, probably a higher fine. Just keep raising the fine. I don't know. I think totally, if it's not going to stop a team, you gotta figure out a way to stop it, because I think you shouldn't accept that. And I don't want to hear that as fan. I think Kevin Young was even talking about going home to his family and trying to explain to his kids what that was all about. And it's just not something that anybody should have to do.
Yeah. And I think with BYU, we're kind of unique as a university where we have fans all over the country because of our connection to our church. And it's so you're going to have BYU fans in every one of those stadiums that's hearing that. Yeah. That's not just you yelling at the players, you're yelling at the guy 2 rows ahead of you, which is why, I don't know.
Yeah. And that's taking it too far, but I'm totally okay with the overrated chants or whatever, poking fun at the guys shooting free throws. We do that too. Yeah. As fans, you can say that stuff, but then once you start attacking somebody's religion, that's a little too far.
Yeah. I think I could even put up with some Mormon jokes, you know, like
Yeah.
there's some signs I've seen that I thought were clever. Like we can laugh at ourselves for sure.
Yeah.
But like just saying F all of them is like, okay, I don't know. That's probably
It's a little
not
far.
necessary.
Yeah. But I mean, I did hear them shout overrated. That's whatever.
Yeah. You know,
We would have done that too.
that's college
we were them.
basketball.
Yeah. Sometimes you just have that kind of atmosphere, but
Yeah. How's your Patriots gonna do?
man, I'm nervous.
It's gonna be a good game. I think.
Everyone I talk to that's impartial, of course, is going against the Patriots.
It's hard not to, man.
Yeah, because I mean, we've got the dynasty. We've got 6 Super Bowls already. I feel like most people are like, yeah, let's give it to the Seahawks.
Yeah.
So that being said, I'm grateful that we're even in the Super Bowl.
It's pretty awesome.
We've got pretty easy schedule. We've been able to have great defense the last 3 games in the playoffs. So maybe.
Yeah.
If anything, if we're going to be able to win the game tomorrow, it's going to be our defense.
Totally.
Or Sunday, rather. It's going to have to be our defense that's going to come out and take care of business. But
I could see this being a defensive battle. Maybe
yeah.
What was it? Rams Patriots that one year? It was like 3-6 or
whatever it was.
Something
like that. And those were 2 of the best offenses in the league that year.
Yeah.
So whatever stats you've got,
just grind it out.
Just throw those out the window. This could be any type of game.
Yeah. And I think you got 2 quarterbacks who are good quarterbacks, but not quite established great quarterbacks. Probably Drake May's on his way there. I like Drake May a lot. Sam Darnold's just a good quarterback that's good enough to lead a good team, you know?
Yeah, in the closest MVP race since 2003, Drake May lost to Matthew Stafford.
That's so crazy.
You could consider Drake May an MVP just because they basically tied votes.
In what, year 2? That's so crazy.
Yeah, so you're looking at an MVP guy. He hasn't really shown it in the playoffs. Maybe this is the game where he comes out and has his best playoff game.
Totally. He's got the weapons around him.
Yeah, but I definitely think it's anybody's game. I know everyone's rooting for the Seahawks, but I think the Patriots could definitely come in there.
Totally.
Just make Sam Darnold struggle. I don't know if you remember a few years ago. I know Sam Darnold's grown a lot since this, but you've seen Ghost Game.
Yeah.
Against when Sam Darnold's on the Jets in the press conference, he's like, "Man, I was just seeing ghosts," and he had 4 interceptions. So, he's had his struggles against the Patriots, but he's grown a ton. Sam Darnold looks like a way different player since then. But
the fact that he's even still in the league is just so like such a compliment to him, like how hard he's worked. Yeah. Because like the Jets is literally where careers go to die, and his career looked like it was dead. So.
Yeah, so great story from him. I like seeing him do well.
Totally. They got the offensive.
But he's going to have his hands full with that Patriots defense, what I'm saying.
Totally. Yeah, I think both defenses are going to show it. I'm excited. I love good defensive games.
Yeah.
So I think it's going to be awesome.
Well, thank you for listening to this episode of the Tuned In Jazz podcast. It's been a big week for the Jazz, getting Jaren Jackson, and that means even better things as we finish out the rest of the year. We'll look forward to seeing his debut, seeing the Jazz finish out this year. And make sure to follow us on all the podcast platforms, Spotify, Apple, and YouTube, anywhere else you find your podcast. Make sure to stay tuned and take care.
Peace.